All right. What up, peeps? Going solo tonight. Not going to have a guest on until next week. But I'm still trying to figure out how that's going to work. You guys know Rob Quinn. You might have seen Rob Quinn and I talk before. You might have seen some of his training before. But he's coming to Atlanta, and he's actually hanging out at my office for a few days. He's actually going to be working here at my office. But yeah, it's going to be super exciting. We're going to have him come on and talk about some sales related stuff. So if you guys would like to see, and actually I guess that's what I want to know. If you guys would like to see Rob on here more talking about sales and how to land clients, do me a favor and say yeah in the comments or leave a thumbs up right below the video and let me know what you guys think. But Alan, what's going on, man? Ultra, Shamir, Jason, what's going on, guys? How have y'all been? Y'all having a good week so far? But do me a favor, guys, if you're just now hopping in and you haven't already done so, hit the thumbs up button anyways right below this video. It just helps other marketing owners, marketing agency owners, or aspiring owners just like you guys find this channel. And that's what I'm all about. I'm trying to help more agency owners get their agency to over $10, $20, $50, $75,000 per month, like several of my students are doing right now. And we're excited that, we're getting these results for our students, man. I gotta tell you, when I first started 3 years ago now, doing Serial Entrepreneur and talking about, trying to get your agency, or not even that, but living the lifestyle rather that you want to live, I never thought that we would come this far, and it's just been an amazing journey. So I'm grateful to all of you for helping me reach this point, because it's because of you that I was able to do this for other people just like yourself. So again, just do me a favor. If I've ever helped you, if I've ever taught you anything, if I've ever given you a free download or a template or some type of advice, just do me a favor really quick and hit that thumbs up button, and we'll get started here in just a second. Also, really quick, I wanted to mention that yesterday, Yesterday I did a discovery meeting, which I haven't done one of those in a while since we've been hiring, sales reps to basically take over the sales process for me. But I did a discovery meeting yesterday with a potential client who is going to be potentially spending anywhere from like $3,000 to $5,000 a month. My question is, do you guys want to see that video? We're thinking about posting it to YouTube because they did allow me to record the video. If you want to see that video, I need you guys to do me a favor, either hit the thumbs up button again or leave a comment in the chat box. I would like to know whether I should post this on YouTube or whether I should just keep it inside of one of my private groups for people who have purchased the course. But let me know what you guys think. Ultra says he's finally ready. Finally ready? What do you mean finally ready? Official Unstop. Do you do marketing on Facebook? Yes, I do. We do tons of marketing on Facebook. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, websites, email, paid ads on Google. Like pretty much anything that you can think of, we do some form of marketing. We've recently started integrating SMS marketing into our campaigns, so there's a ton that we're working on, man. You guys should see these not workflows, but sales funnels we're building. We're rebuilding our sales funnels internally for Serial Entrepreneur, because we just recently launched a program where we actually will build the agency with you. So we have the DMS 2.0, and I'm just going to take a second about this, and then we'll start answering questions. But we have Digital Marketing School 2.0, which if you guys haven't heard, that is our flagship program that has been able to take over 2,000 students in, and out of those 2,000 students, about 70% of them have made their money back on the program. A large portion of them have started making $5,000 a month. Another large portion have started making $10,000 plus per month, and then we have several students who are now doing $50,000, $75,000, and we have a couple approaching over $100,000 a month in sales. So we're super excited about that. But that's our flagship program. Now we have the Done With You agency program, where me and my team actually work with you to get your agency off the ground. If you're wanting to learn more about that, there is a link in the description right below this video. You can feel free to check that out there and fill out the form. But what we're doing is, and what we've kind of learned, I guess, over the last I would say 2 to 3 months, what we've been really focusing on is building one main sales funnel that brings both products into play, and then mapping out the content that's going to be sent out to people based on their selection, based on their budget. And this is what you guys are actually going to be doing. So we might put together a training about how we build out that sales funnel. Because when you take, what we do is we take this exact same approach and we apply it to our clients' products and services that we advertise for. So, yeah, DJ, only 1% will take action. Guys, and I'm telling you, man, did you know we have a $10 per month program? A lot of people didn't know that we have a mentorship program that's only $10 a month. You get access to me 4 times a month where you get to ask me questions directly. We do over the shoulder type of training. Like, you'll actually be able to talk to me on a training call. If you haven't seen that, let me go ahead and put the link to entrepreneur.academy. If you're wanting to check out that $10 a month program, that's my link right there to my website. Just click courses and then go under digital marketing courses, and then you'll see our mentorship program listed under there. But it's only $10 a month. And tons of people didn't even realize how valuable that program is. And I don't know why, because we've been talking about this for, I think, almost 2 years now. We've had the mentorship program, and we have about 200 students in the program. But we just figured, you know, given it's only $10 a month and there's so many of you that want help, that there would be more people signing up. So we're going to start pushing that a lot harder because we've got some great results and we've had some amazing training come out of that program. So I'm super excited to keep scaling that forward and bringing more people into the mentorship program. How are you doing? I'm doing great, man. What do you think about Facebook ads for car dealerships? Breath, it's great if you do it the right way. I would say that I found that cold traffic, trying to find cold traffic or qualified cold traffic from Facebook ads for auto dealerships is a lot harder. But where Facebook ads and Instagram ads really come into play for dealerships is the remarketing side of things, right? Because you can actually target people based on cars they've seen or visited or viewed on the website. And that's where I would really focus the majority of your campaign for dealerships, is focusing on the remarketing side of things. Seeing it in real time would be amazing. Finally ready to reach out to potential prospects. Okay, there we go. What have you put in place? Have you taken the necessary steps? Because that's a portion where people always mess up in the beginning, because they're so excited to get clients that they go out and they start trying to get clients, and they get a client and realize, I don't have any VAs, I don't have any processes put together, so that way when we get these campaigns going, I know exactly what steps to take to get the campaign rolling. And that's a big issue. So have you taken those steps yet? And if you haven't heard, that's why our Done With You agency program is so great, is because we help you set up everything from processes to pricing to services to your business name to your website to your logo, your branding information. We do everything with you in that program. So if you're wanting to see more about the Done With You agency program, again, I suggest that you go right below this video in the description and check that out. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen, we have a couple of apparel related brands we're working on bringing out, but we have our certified brand it's really our serial entrepreneur brand. We put the logo on the back, and basically you're a certified marketer. If you guys are wanting one of these, we have hoodies, we have t-shirts, we have sweatshirts, we have tank tops, we have basically everything you could ever want as far as apparel is concerned. But if you're wanting to check that out, that is also right below this video, right like literally right underneath. I'll show you guys really quick in case you aren't familiar with what I'm talking about. But if I go here, you guys can see the videos right here. And then right below, you can see this little shop area, and you can check out our new versions where we actually have the logo incorporated into the CE, as well as the brand on the back. And they're pretty affordable. Just want you guys to know those are there. But let's get into some questions, because I know that's why you guys are here. You're not here to be sold. So let's talk about some marketing agency related questions. Feel free to go ahead and put your questions in the chat box area. Is this MLM or affiliate? Doug West, what are you talking about specifically with MLM or affiliate, because no, my company is not about multi-level marketing. I would never do that to someone. I despise multi-level marketing programs. We do have affiliate opportunities, but we're not selling how to start an affiliate business. We actually are a marketing agency. We run marketing campaigns for other local businesses, medium-sized, large businesses, and we're teaching people how to actually build their own agency so that way they can build the life that they want. And do the things that they want with their life by starting their own marketing agency. And that's what, I actually have friends who, when I first started doing this, they had no clue what I was doing, and they all thought I was doing some kind of pyramid scheme thing or whatever, and I was just like, guys, just because I'm promoting something doesn't mean I'm actively involved in a pyramid scheme. I think that's so funny when people ignorantly try to talk about what I do, and not saying that you are saying that. That's what I feel about my own friends who tried to give me a hard time in the beginning but didn't understand anything about what I was doing. So just so you know, definitely not doing multi-level marketing or affiliate. That this is all about starting a marketing agency, and again, there are affiliate opportunities for you to promote my program and make some money back if you want to do something like that, but definitely not multi-level or affiliate. All right, what my $10 gives me on all of that? Wow. I think you're asking, what does your $10 get you? Basically, as soon as you join the mentorship program that we have, there are 8 videos inside, plus you get 4 live training calls with me every single month. So you're going to get 8 training videos that are related to starting a marketing agency. They're some of our top videos. And then you get access to me 4 times a month where we get to talk to each other. So that's what and it's $10 a month. Literally $10 per month. And we're thinking about adding, or at least I've been thinking about adding in a second time for people who can't make, because we do them every Wednesday at 3 p.m. But obviously that doesn't work for everybody because you guys all live in different areas. So we're thinking about putting another time frame on there. It's just kind of hard to determine what time frame is going to be the best. So if you guys have any suggestions, please leave them in the chat as well. That would be helpful for me to know what time I should set up that other mentorship program. Victoria Hickman says, lots of shiny things out there. I totally agree with you, Victoria. There are a lot of people who try to make it look like they know what they're doing, but in reality, we've learned from experience that a lot of people don't truly know. But I can guarantee you, if you talk to any of my students that have been through my program, they're going to tell you that it's not just a shiny object. It is actually an object that has true value. It's not coated in aluminum. What's your opinion on Amazon FBA? I mean, here's the thing. It's completely different from starting an agency. The good thing is, when you learn how to start an agency or run digital marketing campaigns, that can help you with your Amazon FBA business. But it's a great way to basically build a sort of drop shipping style business, or even if you don't want to go the drop shipping route, you can start a product related or an e-commerce related business. So I think it's a good opportunity, but it's completely different from what we talk about here. Is SMMA viable in any country, especially the developing countries? Yes. The short answer to that is yes. It is viable in any country because you don't have to necessarily pick up clients in your country. You can talk to other, and this is what I've seen a lot of my students do who come in they live in India, or they live in the Philippines, or they live in Ukraine, wherever they live. They typically try to start by going on a platform like Fiverr, Upwork. And this is even what I recommend for a lot of people who don't have any experience. Going on a platform like Fiverr, Upwork, FreeUp, there's so many different freelancing platforms out there, and start picking up clients that way. It makes it super easy to acquire clients because you can find people directly inside the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, wherever you're trying to get your clients from. So it's definitely still a viable option, but you need the proper training. That's where people, I almost used the F-bomb. I mean, I try not to as much as possible, but I mean, in reality, that's where people fuck up. Like, they don't take the necessary steps to start their agency, then they go to blame other people when they don't get the results they want. It's just like, did you really actually do it the right way? I have someone on standby. That's good. What business licenses do you generally need inside the U.S.? Joseph, all you need is an LLC or some form of business entity set up. And then you need your tax ID. That is literally the only 2 things that you actually legally need to have until you start taking on employees and things like that. Then you have to get insurance and things of that nature and start paying payroll, taxes. But outside of that, to start and to really get started with your agency, the only two things you need are your business license, which is an LLC, a sole proprietorship license, whatever you want to set it up as. And then you need your tax ID, which once you get your license, you just go to the IRS's website, put in your business information, and boom, you got a tax ID in like 10 minutes, not even. To help me with the ad campaigns, I'm super confident in my sales techniques. Well, that's good. So yeah, and that's the thing. Here, let me give you guys some advice, okay? The biggest issue that I see people make outside of not getting the proper training is the fact that they try to work in their business. And what I mean by that is too many people get into a SMMA program or they try to start an agency, and then what they do is they actually go and try to do all of the work themselves. So they try to become an expert graphic designer, an expert video editor, an expert ads manager, an expert copywriter, an expert strategist, an expert SEO manager, PPC manager, email campaign. You cannot do all of that. I'm not an expert at every single one of those areas. Now, I've been doing this so long that I'm at least an intermediate level with every single area of digital marketing, but I consider myself an expert in things like content marketing, sales, SEO, even some portions of conversion rate optimization and web design. But that's really it. Now, when it comes to ads, yes, I know how to run ads, but that's why we have to have experts or VAs that we bring in who we know that's all they do. And that's all that they're good at, which is great because that means I can hire them, bring them in, and guarantee that I will get results with that campaign. But too many people get caught up in the day-to-day operations and trying to run their agency by performing all of the day-to-day work, the daily operational work, where your job is not to do that. If you want to make $100,000 a year, $500,000 a year, $1 million, $10 million a year, you can't be the one. Nobody in this world, and at least to the best of my knowledge, runs a business where they're making $10 million a year and it's just them. And that's it. And they perform every role and every function of their business. It's impossible. So get out of the mentality of, I need to learn how to do Facebook ads and PPC ads and SEO and write and graphic design and editing. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. What you're supposed to be learning how to do is how all those services work, how all of the services intermingle and work together, and then how you build campaigns using those services. Your job once you start your agency should be more high-level strategy, and then you pass off jobs and tasks to all of the VAs or employees if you're able to hire employees, so that way they can perform the day-to-day operations. But if you're focusing on writing copy and coming up with images and focusing on writing website copy or whatever, then you're doing it wrong. And most people are like, okay, well, Jordan, I don't have all the money up front to be able to do that. Totally understand. That's not your problem. Your problem is you're not pricing your services properly so that way you can hire VAs to do that work for you. You shouldn't be pricing yourself at $1,000 a month and then saying, okay, well, we're going to provide you a website, we're going to do SEO, we're going to do Facebook ads, we're going to do Instagram ads. That is not anywhere near enough. To do all of that, you should probably be charging around $3,000 to $5,000 a month. And then you're going to hire out people who are ads managers, copywriters, graphic designers, SEO people, so that way you can perform all of those tasks at a decent speed and a high level of effectiveness and efficiency and quality, right? Then your clients are going to get results, and then you can start to take on employees, you start to take on more clients, your business is growing, right? But the mentality that people usually have is, okay, well, I need to be actually working in the business, I need to be writing all these posts, I need to be planning the posts, I need to be running my ads. If you're taking that approach, I'm telling you right now, you are going to struggle more than anybody out there. You're going to have the hardest time, and you're probably going to end up quitting. Get out of that mindset as soon as you can, all right? Start figuring out ways where you can hire other people to do the work. You provide high-level strategy, and you work on the operations and the efficiency of your business as far as it running day to day, right? So, for example, if you're noticing that your content isn't getting completed in a quick enough time frame, what does that mean? It means, okay, well, we have processes in place that are taking too long. So you look at each individual process and say, where am I taking too long? Is it the copy side of things? Is it the planning and strategy? Is it the editing? Is it the proofing? Where are we struggling with getting this to be to where I can get this project done in a week as opposed to 3 weeks, right? And then you work on optimizing those processes internally and figuring out different structures and systems so that way you can get those types of results. So let me ask you guys a question, and I want you to either comment in the chat box or just let me know somehow. But how many of you took that approach when you first started your agency? Or how many of you are taking that approach right now with your agency? Because again, that is the biggest issue I see with a lot of people. They are trying to work in the business and not on the business. If you haven't heard that quote before, it's super important that you hear it now. Stop working in the business, work on your business, right? Give me a thumbs up if you guys believe in that quote. If you think that that is the smartest way to get a business to where it needs to be, give me a thumbs up really quick right below this video. I'd love to see what you guys think. Where are we at? What do you think about Facebook versus Instagram for wedding venues to market their venue? I understand the targeted approach on Facebook ads, but what if the target market is more of an Instagram demo? I mean, the good thing is once you learn how to run Facebook ads, you can also run Instagram ads. It's the exact same platform. You're just changing up where the placement is. So that being said, just really what I would do is understand, okay, where is the market existing? Who's looking at wedding venues and things like that? I would tell you that from my experience and just from common knowledge, most of the time it's probably going to be women looking at wedding venues, right? So Instagram is actually probably going to be a stronger platform for you to get that message out there. But you also have to think of the differences, right? If I'm just trying to deliver a short message, Instagram works great. But if I have a longer form of message that I want to deliver, Instagram isn't really great for that. You can create, Instagram IGTV or something like that. And in my opinion, it's just not the best method. You can easily take that same approach with who you're trying to target, but transfer that over to Facebook where long form content is a little bit more acceptable. We got a bunch of people saying that quote is a reasonable concept. Definitely one late evening time if possible. Oh, that's about the mentorship program. Yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate that. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's the thing. Stop working in the business, work on the business. That is what you have to do to get to the point where you're making $100, $200, $500, $1 million, $10 million per year. You will never do it otherwise, I promise you. I have your attention. I hate MLM. Doug, what do you know about the marketing agency space, man? Have you seen my website? I would strongly recommend checking it out if you haven't already. And, of course, my channel. Newer.academy. I left the link right there so you can go over there. We have over 300 or 400 blog articles there that you can read on starting an agency. We have stuff from pricing to starting the agency to learning how to run all of the different campaigns to operations to building a team. Everything is over there. So make sure to check that out. And then once you get done checking that out and you're really ready to take action, check out either the DMS 2.0, which is our online program, or our Done With You agency program where I and my team of over 30 people work directly with you to get your agency off the ground and making $10,000 to $20,000 per month in less than 4 months instead of the 8 to 12 that it takes for successful students to actually it takes them 8 to 12 months to get to their $10,000 or $20,000 per month mark because of all the things you actually have to set up. We minimize that amount of time by doing a lot of it with you and for you. And y'all probably spend $10 on V-Bucks for Fortnite. This will be... Yo, DJ Dynamic, you're killing it, bro. I love it. He said, this is not MLM, and y'all probably spend $10 on V-Bucks for Fortnite. This will build your business. Exactly, man. I completely agree with that. And Doug, don't take this personally. He's not talking trash or anything like that. Because people come in here all the time, and they have that mentality, and they do. They'll go spend $10 on Fortnite, or they'll go spend money on Fortnite Mobile, but they won't spend $10 per month to make $1,000, $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 per month, which blows my mind too. It really does. It's like you'll put money in all these things that you love, but if you really want to do all the things that you love, you have to have the time and the financial freedom to do so. And if you don't have those two things, then you're going to be stuck doing the things you don't love. So why not take a little bit of time, invest in the things that it might not necessarily be fun, like video games will be, but when you're sitting there 3 years from then and you have all the money you could ever want and you have all the time that you could ever want, who's really losing that battle? The person still sitting there playing Fortnite and doesn't have the passive stream of income up underneath them to keep their life moving forward. I'm from the Philippines. Thanks for answering. We'll Will do. Take action and college and look up for your mentorship. Paul, I hope to see you in there, man. I want to start my SMMA. Any advice, please? Kwasama, that's all this training, literally this whole call is just advice. So just stick around, keep listening. I promise you, you'll learn something. Any project suggestion for students? Paul, I'm not 100% sure what you mean. What do you mean? I'm still looking at starting my agency. So Victoria, what's keeping you from doing so? And what if the people were gay men for wedding venues? You know what, Victoria? You're completely right. And, I don't advertise for wedding venues, so I didn't even think of that component, but you're completely right. I would say that it's a much smaller portion of the market, and I'm not saying that, they don't matter. What I am saying is with marketing budgets, you really have to prioritize. A big issue that people have with marketing is they spread their budgets too thin, so they're not actually able to accomplish anything. We know that 90% of wedding venues, and I don't know this for a fact, but I could probably figure out that most wedding venues are being bought by women. I would be willing to bet money that it's probably somewhere between the range of 80 to 90% are female. So that's where I'm going to focus the majority of my ad budget. But you are completely right. It could be gay men. What else do we have? But yeah, Victoria, what's keeping you from starting your agency? What can I introduce myself to them? What? Ronnie, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean either. What can I introduce myself to them? What can you do to introduce? Can you please rephrase that or retype that? I'm sorry, I just don't understand what you mean. Should we run ads to get our first client? Combat, if you know how to run ads and build a sales funnel, then yes. If you don't know how to run ads, you don't know how to build proper sales funnels, you don't know how remarketing should really work with ads, I do not suggest it because you're going to waste a ton of money. If you know someone that knows how to run ads and they can give you suggestions, or if you already have an idea of what a good ad funnel should look like, then go ahead, go for it. Honestly, that's what we're working on right now. We have some automated structures or procedures in place to generate leads, but our next step is to start spending a ton of money on ads like pay-per-click ads and social media for remarketing to start getting on more clients. Where are we at? The only thing I'm truly struggling with right now is deciding on a business name. Ultra Shotgun. Are you kidding me? That is the easiest thing in the world. Send me a message on Facebook. I'll give you like 3 business names in less than 10 minutes, I promise you. It's not as complicated as you guys think. And the other thing you guys have to consider is if you don't like your business name down the road, you just rebrand and do it again, right? Change your name, change up your URL, and boom. And just wait to the point where you can afford to do so, and that's not a problem. I'd say anytime after 5 p.m. for the mentorship program. Okay. Heard that's what the other person said is like a little later in the afternoon, so we can definitely work on that. What do you suggest, like a quick tip of what to say on your first cold outreach? I know a bit of sales, but there's something missing. Victor, so something I usually like to say on a cold outreach is, hello business owner or hello person on the other line or on the other end of the phone. My name is Jordan. I'm with R&B Digital Marketing Agency. I just wanted to call really quickly because I've had some results with your type of business. So let's say it's a chiropractor's office. We've gotten some great results for other chiropractors in the Atlanta area, and we would love to show you how these campaigns work and how you can apply these exact same campaigns to your business to start generating super awesome qualified leads for your chiropractic office. Is the business owner around, or do you have 10 minutes to talk about this? I would love to show you how that works. That's it. Tell them we've already got results. Even if you haven't done it before, if you know what you're doing and you have a process in place that's going to allow you to repeat those results that you've seen other people get, then you can still say that because it's still true. You're not really lying. And sometimes, guys, sales is a little bit of fluff. You have to throw a little bit of fluff in there to make it really worth it, right? Again, Victor, I get that. If you don't have results, that's still fine. That is still something. All you're trying to do is get them on the phone. If you're confident in your ability to get results, then who cares? You just need to get past that person who's keeping you from talking to the decision maker. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, even if you've never gotten results for that type of client before, but you get their contract and you end up getting them a ton of leads, do you think they're going to be mad about that? No. They're going to be super happy that you lied to them and found them and started generating leads for them and getting their business going. What do you suggest, like a quick tip of, oh, that was the one I just read. Is LinkedIn the best prospecting tool, or do you have to do paid ads to get clients? Dupree, LinkedIn is a good prospecting tool. You do not have to do paid ads to get leads. Cold outreach is always a way where you're phone calling, you're going door to door. Like the person that, and I'll mention this again, I just had a meeting, a discovery call yesterday, or meeting rather, with a potential client yesterday for a spend of around $3 to $5 grand per month. How did I find her? I literally walked into her business. Let me see if I got my one-pagers. No, I gave them all to TJ. I gave all my one-pagers away. I created a one-pager for my agency that outlined our services, had a little bit of our, testimonials and results on there. And I walked in with a sheet of paper and said, hey, my name is Jordan. I'm new in the area over here. My agency is right over back here. I'm just walking around and telling people about our agency, saying hello and trying to put a name to a face to the business. But I'm also offering you a free 30-minute consultation. I'm going to leave this one-pager here. I don't want to interrupt your time because I know you're busy, but I'm going to leave this one-pager here. And if you would like to set that call with me, I'm doing it to the first 2 people who set a call with me. And we're going to do these free marketing consultations. Plus, and if you have this in your budget, this really helps you sell it. Plus, if you set that meeting with us, I'll even buy your lunch. We can go out to lunch. I'll buy your lunch and we can talk about your business. Buying people's lunch is an easy way to get the stuff that you're trying to get going. Like if you're trying to get leads, buying people's, like that's actually how, if you guys haven't heard of like medical or pharmaceutical sales reps, that's how they land all their meetings. Like 90% of the time they're going out and they're pitching lunch. Hey, we'll stop by, we'll bring lunch, and then we can talk about the drugs that you're selling versus the drugs that you're not selling. Shoot, no CC, out of work, no credit card, out of work, and keen to purchase your DMA, Digital Marketing Agency 2.0. Best go sell my body. Victoria, do not go sell your body. There are tons of things that you can do to get some experience. So what I would say is look at what you're currently good at, right? I have a friend who was really good at writing and she just wanted to make some extra money. So I showed her Upwork, I showed her Fiverr, I showed her all these freelancing platforms. She got on there, she started writing for other people to make some supplemental income, and then she was able to do other things that she wanted to do with that income. So there are tons of ways. The question truly is, are you really doing as much as you possibly can? And I'm not doubting you. I'm just trying to pose a question to you that really gets you thinking. Are you really doing as much as you really can to get this agency going? Are you doing as much as you can to get the training that you need? Because there's always more that can be done. Where did that question go? Will $375 a month for the Done With You agency be an option? Do you know him? So no, that would not, but we do have, actually, yes and no is what I want to say. If you qualify for our OPM service, we actually have a service now where you can get a payment plan that will last anywhere from 2 to 5 years. So if it takes you 2 to 5 years to pay it off, you're good. But it gives people the flexibility to be able to start the Done With You agency now. And what we always tell people is this, man, if you follow our system and put it in place and really go out there and bust your ass and get some clients, you'll be able to pay off that balance in less than 6 months to a year. So there really is no reason why someone who isn't serious about this can't get out there, start busting ass now and getting the clients and then making their agency into a 6-figure agency. So really quick, guys, again, I wanted to mention I had that call. It was a discovery meeting, rather. That person that I went into their business and I offered him lunch and gave him a one-pager. I had that meeting with them literally yesterday, but benefit to you guys, I recorded it. Also, she allowed me to record the call with her and her team member. If you guys want to see that, I need you to write in the comment box, yes, I would love to see that video. We're thinking about posting it to YouTube. So you guys tell me, do you want to see it or do you not? Because if not, then we're not going to post it. Obviously, I don't like posting videos that aren't any use to people. But if you guys want to see that, let me know. And if you're wondering what I was talking about with the Done With You agency program and you're just now hopping in, again, make sure to check the description right below this video and you can get more information about that, plus fill out the form to see if you qualify for any of our programs that can help you get involved. Yep, most people are doing cold calling in LinkedIn because that is the more affordable route, right? It's easier to do it that way because you don't have to have money to do it. That's why most people do it that way. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the best option. The best option, honestly, is online marketing, but it requires a budget. So guys, again, if you guys have learned anything in today's training, just do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, let other agency owners just like yourself know that we are active and we are training and we are giving out quality information. If I've ever helped you at all, if I've ever given you a template or advice or anything that has ever helped you build your agency, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button right below. I would really, really appreciate it. Whoa, where did we go? I've had 2 clients under my belt, not including my family's business. I'm having success in fulfilling, but I'm having trouble in sales to get new clients. I'm an introvert. What do you recommend? Second client was actually a referral from the first. So Alan, the biggest thing is if you don't like selling in person, online marketing is going to be a great way for you to do that. You can actually go and build out a sales funnel, start running ads to the funnel, set up remarketing campaigns, driving them through a process of actually getting to the point where they set an appointment to talk to you. There's tons of ways to do it outside of that. But also, if you're going to run a business and you want it to be a super large, successful business, you're going to have to get out of that bubble because a CEO is not shy. You never see successful $1 million, $10 million company CEOs that are shy, right? It just doesn't make sense. You have to lead. So to lead, you have to be, kind of get out of your shell. My suggestion is if you feel uncomfortable, start putting yourself into positions where you have to go to networking meetings. It forces you to start to talk to people, and the more you do it, the more comfortable you become. One of my sales reps, TJ, he used to be super introverted as well. He started working at a bar, and not because he just wanted to work at a bar, but just out of necessity, started working at a bar, and he was a bartender. And he even told me himself, he's like, I was super introverted, but then after time of working at this bar and talking to people every single day, I became much better and much more comfortable with talking to people. It's simply practice. It takes practice. And I'm not saying you're making excuses, but what I am saying, being an introvert or saying that, I'm just an introvert, I can't do that, is just an excuse. Anybody can do it, but it takes practice just like with anything else. I agree that most businesses need to be educated by the SMMA on how to spend their ad spend. Yep. How can I introduce myself to kill social anxiety? I'm on the business SMMA. So killing anxiety is pretty much everything that I just said. Practice, going to networking meetings and practicing it. It doesn't just come naturally, guys. And I feel like a lot of people think that, I got to where I am or I'm as comfortable as I am, without practice. If you really want to see me anxious and uncomfortable, go back to some of my first videos when I first started my YouTube channel. I was super quiet and timid, and it wasn't that I was like that in person, because I wasn't. I'm like this in person. But because I was so uncomfortable with it, because I was so new to it, I wasn't ready to really start putting myself out there. And then the more I started doing YouTube, the more comfortable I got with it, the more that I saw I was helping and benefiting other people. It just helped, right? You have to practice these things, guys. It doesn't just come naturally to everyone. Should we start a marketing agency in 2020? I got some advice saying I shouldn't start because there's too much competition. What's your advice? AriTube, I don't know who told you that, but don't listen to that person ever again. Whoever told you that is completely wrong, and I hope it wasn't Ty Lopez and his stupid consulting agency program that he's pushing now because SMMA is dead. SMMA is not dead. Starting marketing agency is not dead. You want to know what's happening? There's tons of people out there like me who are selling programs, and a ton of them who shouldn't be selling programs. But they're selling programs teaching people to start an SMMA. So what does that mean? There's tons of people buying these programs and trying to start. What's the issue? They're not getting the proper training. Most people aren't cut out to be a business owner, even though they think they are. And I'm not trying to deter you. I'm trying to get you to realize, not everybody's going to make it. The biggest thing is you have all these people coming in from left and right, up and down, who are trying to start a marketing agency, but they're not getting the proper training, so they end up providing a shitty quality of service, and then they never get clients and they quit. So yes, there are a ton of businesses trying to start up to become a marketing agency, but here's the real truth. They're not going to make it. They don't get the proper training. They don't take the necessary steps. They aren't really truly good business owners. They don't have the right type of lifestyle. They're more into drugs and partying and their friends than anything else. And those types of people will never make it. This is not something where it's for the weak-willed or the soft-hearted. You have to have some tough skin, and you have to be willing to grind and to do shit that you don't want to do. Like, this is not just, I am not selling a get-rich-quick scheme, because it's not get-rich-quick. It is get-rich over time, which is completely possible, but it's going to take you a couple of years to get to the point where you're comfortable. Even my students who are making $50,000 a month in revenue, they're not rich yet. Why? Because there's costs associated to growing to that point. You don't just get to 50,000 and all right, now I'm making 50,000 bucks a month. No, all that revenue is not your profit, right? You have to spend money on VAs, software, buildings, insurance, business licenses, taxes, everything, right? You're spending money at the same time you're making all that money. Now, his profit margin is going up because he's making a lot more money, which is going to set him up in the future, but it's going to take him a few years to get to that point. But again, if all I have to spend is 3 to 5 years and I have a business that's now making $1 million a month or even just $1 million a year, is it worth it to you to spend 2 to 3 years to 5 years most doing that so you can have that type of business so that way you can live the rest of your life the way you want to? That's the mentality I've always had, and the mentality that I don't understand why more people don't have it. Because, I've always been the kind of guy that I don't want to work into my 50s. I really don't. And what I mean is I don't want to do a day-to-day job 9 to 5 into my 50s. I want to get to, my mid-30s, early 40s and be like, I can do whatever the hell I want because I don't have to worry about finances. I don't have to worry about a job, a boss. I get to do what I want because I've set myself up for success. But you have to start that as early as possible and just commit to a short amount of time. You don't realize that, when you think about year to year, a year seems like a long time. 3 years, 5 years seems like a long time. But in the grand scheme of your life, 3 to 5 years is fucking nothing. It is nothing. And people will not commit to a short time frame. Like when you look at if this is your life, right? Let me make sure I get it in the frame. If this is your life, okay? Here's 3 years. That's it. This is 3 years. This is 5 years. We got the rest over here where we can do whatever the hell we want if we do it the right way, guys. Like, this is what drives me insane. It's what gets me hype. It's what makes me really passionate about this is I want people to start realizing that you don't have to do it this month, this year. It's going to take you some time, but when you finally reach that point where you have this business in front of you and you're like, dude, I can do whatever I want to do. It is completely life-changing, but it takes work. Like, people think that I just came and this business just popped up overnight. That's not even fucking close to true. I worked 90 hours a week for the first 8 months this business was going, and then I finally, I pulled that back, and then I was still working 70 hours a week. I'm still working 40 to 50 hours a week now because I know that I'm only in year 3 of my agency and serial entrepreneur. But give me 2 to 3 more years, I'm gonna have the ability to cut that down to 20 hours a week, where I'm working 4 hours a day maybe. See, that's the thing. That's the misconception that a lot of people have is, I can build this business and then in 2 years, I'm not working at all. No, guys, that is like, if that's all you want, then you're in the wrong type of business because you're not going to get the results you want. Sorry, I got a little into that one, but it's super important that you guys understand that because that is you have to understand going into this business. You have to understand, okay, I'm going to commit 3 to 5 years at least working my ass off for 3 to 5 years because if I do after that 3 to 5 year period, I can do whatever the hell I want. You guys have to get that into your head. Super, super important. But they're not dying. To answer your question, marketing agencies are not dying. It's one of the dumbest things anybody's ever said. Not calling you dumb, but whoever gave you that advice, don't listen to them. I'll go through your free training, which you so generously have. Wow, thanks for that info. Love your questions, and we'll take them on board. Victoria, happy to help, man. Or woman. I say man to everybody. I'm sorry. Another question, do you recommend paying yourself a salary? Yes, I pay myself a salary. You have to pay yourself, but you have to pay yourself smart. I see too many people go in, they start making their first, $5,000 a month, and they take $4,000. It's like, you think you're going to be able to run your business with $1,000 and not be working your ass off and struggling and running around like a chicken with your head cut off? No, I promise you, just take it easy. When I first started running my agency and serial entrepreneur, we were making like $30,000 a month. Guess how much? I want you guys to guess this, all right? And we'll come back to this. How much do you think I was paid when I was making anywhere from $30,000 to $35,000 per month when I first started making that amount, how much do you think I was paying myself out of the $30,000 to $35,000 per month? What do you think my monthly income personally was out of the $30,000 to $35,000? Because I probably, our profit margin was probably somewhere between $20,000 to $25,000 after taxes, right? So out of the $20,000 to $25,000, how much do you think I was actually paying myself? I want to see you guys' responses down there so you guys can get an idea of how you should actually set up your own payment. Any advice on getting a website built for my agency, like who, what to put on the site, and how much I should pay? Creation Nation, we should talk about that, man. I have some solutions where we can help you get it built, and we can get your website built for less than $750. But you're going to have to go along with some of our other things where we build the sitemap for you, we build the wireframe for you, but you can go through us if you like. And we charge super cheap compared to everybody else. I guarantee you won't get a site as good as ours that we will build for you for less than, $1,000. We do it it's anywhere from $500 to $1,000 depending on how big your site is, stuff like that. Sorry guys, I got to do something real quick. I'm going to blow my nose because it's bugging me. I know that's gross, but I don't care. I'm human. I'm a human being just like you guys, and I have to blow my nose occasionally. Oh, gosh. Okay, so we're getting some responses in here. 10% of it, so 2,500. 10% would be 2,500. 3,000, 300. I was definitely paying myself more than 300, I can tell you that much. 20% to myself, 3,000 a month. It's got to be a little over 3K. Anybody else have any responses before I answer that? I'm going to answer one more question and then I'll get to that. Yes, I would love to see. Yes. I get what you mean. I'm stuck because I have been learning from free content for a long time and now don't have the money for a course yet, which kind of gives me a feeling like I'm at zero. Victor, I totally get it, man. And that's the thing. People try to go the free route. And, more power to you if you can go the free route and build a successful business. I was actually watching a live call with Rob Quinn. I was watching a couple minutes of his live call. He had a student who's almost making $100,000 plus per month in sales now. She admitted in the video, she's like, I thought, I was going to do the DIY version of starting an agency. And she said 3 months in, she realized this was not a good idea. I should have paid for a course because now I've wasted 3 months, which is way more valuable than $549 like our course would be, right? Most people don't realize that. They're like, oh man, I'm just going to consume free content and I'll be able to do it. I guarantee you won't. I would say that out of the people who try to start only doing free content, I would say 3% of them make it successfully because you don't have all the necessary training that you need to get the results that you need. You just don't. It's impossible. Not impossible. It's near impossible. All right, so a ton of people want to see that video, so I guess we'll upload it to YouTube for you guys. Alex, it's going well, man. I hope you're doing all right. All right, so let's see what you guys had to say about how much money I make. 2,500, 10%, 3,300, 20%, 3,000. It's got to be over 3K, like 6 to 9 grand a month. A real boy, too funny. Any sample of site for under 1K. I'll get to that in a minute. How do I contact you for website info? You spoke about Creation Nation. Go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/serial entrepreneur, or send us an email at info@serialentrepreneur.academy. info@serialentrepreneur.academy. And we can talk there if you'd like. That's actually probably the best route for you to go is the info@serialentrepreneur.academy. And I'll put that in here. That's the email address that I recommend you reach out to if you want to talk with us about getting your site built. 1,000, 5,000, 3 to 5K. Yep, just watch the live call. Bills plus lifestyle plus save it. Okay, so the answer to you guys on how much I was paying myself. I was making about $25,000 in profit, right? And this was, or gross profit. I was paying myself $1,500 a month. That was it. I was living as frugally as possible. I was not spending money where I didn't need to spend money. I wasn't going out and partying. I was literally stuck in my house, focused on my business, paying the bills. I was having a little bit of fun. If I needed some extra money, I could pay myself that extra money. But every single month, I had a recurring payment going to my account for $1,500. And that was it. That's what people don't get. If you really want to build a successful business, don't get out of that selfish, greedy, like, gotta have it now, impulsive mentality, and start thinking conservatively, start thinking selflessly, start thinking, what's the opposite of impulsive? I can't think of a word right now, but you guys know what I mean. Not impulsively. Like that's what you have to do to get your agency to where you want it to be. That's what you have to do to get a business to where you want to be. Why do you think Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs were working out of a fucking garage? They were working out of a garage. And look at what they had, or look at what they've built. But they started in a garage, guys. They were literally pretty much living in that garage. You guys have to understand what it really takes, and you have to commit more than just here and say, okay, well, I want to do it. That's what everybody says. Gary Vee hit it on it the other day. I saw him talking about something. He's like, yo, get out of this mentality like, oh, I can do it. You got to have more than that. You actually have to have the gumption to do it. You have to have the stick-to-itiveness, if you will, to be able to do it. You have to overcome the challenges. You have to be willing to accept the fact that there are going to be struggles. It's going to be hard. It's not always going to be freaking fun, right? You have to get that. And if you don't, I'm telling you guys, you really have to adjust your mindset and your lifestyle. Let me make sure I didn't miss any important questions up here. DJ says, for those of you that are on a low budget or low income, check out Serial's videos as you will learn a lot. I'm not a friend or affiliate of Serial. He probably has no idea who I am. LOL, but he helps. DJ, I don't know your name, but I've seen your name on some of my stuff before, so I recognize the name. But no, I don't know who DJ is personally. This guy is the real deal. Sawyer, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Jay, you said it exactly right, man. We're the ones that have to make a commitment to work on our business, whatever it is. And you have to be able to commit to every part of it. The ups, the downs, the struggles, the good. All of it is part of running a business. You don't just get all up. That's not how it works. There is a limit to what you can learn without a mentor. Victor, you're completely right. Yeah, you are totally right about that too. There's a limit to what you can learn without some form of structure or a person that is a mentor or a guide, a teacher. That's why you don't go into elementary school and learn math by just reading a book. You have to have the teacher there because you're going to have questions, and that book is not going to answer them for you. Like, why do you think they have teachers inside of schools? And they don't just say, hey, here's a book, study it and learn it. Nobody would learn. Why? Because it's like almost impossible to learn that way. It's not impossible, but it's the hardest thing you'll have to do with regards to trying to learn something new. Alex, to your question about the landscape architecture, no. $5 a day is not a budget for ad spend. That's what people clickbait you in on to try and get you to buy one of their programs or learn about courses. There is no such thing as a $5 a day ad strategy. There is, but that's for one ad. Those guys don't tell you that they're running 50 ads that are each spending $5 a day, right? A little bit different when it's like that, right? That's $250 versus $5 per day. Huge, huge difference in ad spend. But most people don't get that. And they don't know that because assholes out there mislead them. Like, that's one thing I'll never try to do intentionally. If I do, it's completely by accident. I will never mislead you guys to thinking one thing versus the other, all to get a sale. Because that's bullshit. And I hate that people do that. There's guys out there like Dan DaSilva, God, with his fucking $5 a day. If I see another $5 a day strategy, I'm like reporting him to YouTube because I'm sick of people out there lying to people about what you have to do to get money. Like, it's a lie with a lot of these people because they're like, Dan knows what he's talking about as far as how to run ads. He knows what he's talking about as far as how to build a business. But when it comes to the way that he tries to get people sucked in, it's completely immoral and unethical. You can't spend $5 a day. No, don't do that. The minimum budget anybody should spend is $1,000 a month. So what does that mean? About $30 a day. It's actually like $33 a day. That's the minimum. Love how you keep it real. Thanks, Victoria. Ari says, facts. Yes, show us the video. All right, I got you guys. I'll show you the video. Hey, man, I was on YouTube and just saw you live. Good to have you up here again. Thank you. Yep, I just watched that live call. See, I ain't lying to you guys. I don't lie to people. Or at least I try my best not to lie. Sometimes I say things and maybe it slipped my mind and I said it improperly, or maybe I said something one way and then said it a different way that they didn't completely line up, but I'll never try to lie to you guys. I really don't like lying to people. Because there's no point. I don't get the point of lying. It's just like, tell the truth. Just be you. Stop trying to like hide behind this facade like, oh yeah, if they find out who I really am, I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, who gives a shit? Like, stop caring about what people think so much. That's the issue, is people care about what everybody else thinks about them instead of just caring about you and what you think about yourself. And I'm not saying, be completely just standoffish and tell people, oh, you're always wrong, because that's not the right mentality to have either. But you have to stop caring so much about what people think about you and what you're doing and how you're trying to live your life. Especially if you're doing it in a positive way. If you're living it negatively and you're out there robbing people, you might want to listen to some of them people telling you stop being a dumbass. But if you're living a positive life, if you're doing everything you can, you're not abusing anything, stop worrying about what other people think. Just focus on you. I remember Rob closed the deal without even mentioning the actual service. He's very good at sales, guys, because it has nothing to do with sales. What he's great at understanding is people. He understands what people want to hear, which that is what sales is. But that's why he's able to do that, guys. And don't think that Rob, because he'll tell you the same thing. Rob didn't just come up overnight. He spent years learning how to do this. And years figuring out processes and systems that work, because it's about creating a system. Sales is about having a system. If you guys haven't learned that before, if you think it's just going out and talking to people, you're completely off base, and that's why you're probably not getting the results you want. If you want to sell and really land clients every single day, every single week, every single month, you need a system in place. Nithish, what I would say to you is the biggest issue that people in the UK and US have with working with people from India is the communication barrier. The biggest thing that you can do to help yourself if you're from India and you want to work with those types of clients is work on your English. And not saying that you're terrible, because you're not terrible at English. I could actually understand what you wrote versus what some other people wrote, or what some other people write, and I can never understand them. So you're not terrible, but for example, because I am feeling it difficult, that's where you would say something like, I am finding it difficult, right? But people in America, people in the UK, they know that that's how it should sound. And that's why people get turned off from working with people from India, is because of the communication barrier. You'll have one person say one thing, this person hears a different thing, and then when you get the end result, it's not what you were looking for, right? So it turns people off of that. The biggest issue, again, is going to be the language barrier. So learn English as much as you can. Get better at your English. That's really going to be the only thing that I can say that's going to help. Because once your English is fine, like I have Indian students, or not Indian, they're not from India, but they're of Indian ethnicity. They're from the US, but they're running successful agencies. So it's not about being Indian, it's about the fact that your English, your communication is off, and that's what they're not appreciating. Yeah, and there's actually what I've learned, and I wasn't aware of this. Sorry, I'm kind of like adjusting my pants here. What I've learned over the past couple of years, there's actually quite a bit of people from India who now live in Canada. That might be a good area for you to look in. What do I do with the rest of the cash? I invest it back in my business. This is what most people don't get. Yeah, I was taking $1,500 and paying myself that. If I needed a little bit extra, I would take a little bit extra. But the rest of the money went to paying other people, buying software, improving processes. Last year, this is why the Done With You agency program is so great and why so many people love it, because we build out workflow processes for your entire agency. Like, you get pretty much everything that we have in our agency set up in yours. That cost me, last year, that cost me $150,000 and over 1,000 labor hours. I want you guys to ask yourself, who has 150 grand to spend and 1,000 labor hours to give up to build out processes? That's what we spent last year. But that's why I wasn't paying myself as much, because I wanted to get these things set up, because once I pay and get them set up, then we're going to make more profit because we're working more efficiently, which means I can then pay myself whatever the hell I want to pay myself. Mr. Know-How Guy, life is good. Thank you for asking. Mr. Know-How Guy, I'm looking to invest in a course. What should I be looking for? I'm pretty sure that if you ask everybody else in this group, you don't have to look any further. You just need to go to my website and get my DMS 2.0 program. The Digital Marketing School is the top-rated SMMA program. We have less returns, we have less negative reviews. I don't even remember. The only negative reviews we actually have on my Facebook page are from random scam people. They were commenting about me being a fascist. And I was like, wait, what? And they had never taken my program, they had never even seen anything. They saw an ad of the End of the World video, and they called me a fascist because I posted that video because I thought it was a funny video. Like, we don't even have any negative reviews that I can remember on my Facebook account. We have the lowest return policy. Like, it's insane. If you want to find an SMMA program that's going to work and you're thinking about where to spend, ask the people in this little chat right now, and then go check out SerialEntrepreneur.academy. I promise you, you will not regret that decision. 25K profit, were you paying yourself $4,000? Nope, $1,500. I bought Ty Lopez's SMMA course, and it's literally like learning off of a free YouTube content, so I haven't even started because I don't have all of the information I need in order to be successful. Lee, I'm really sorry that you bought Ty's program. I'm sorry for anybody who bought his program. I really hope that you maybe consider giving another program a chance, and if you do, you should really look into our training. I promise you, you will be so grateful that you did, and instantly, like seriously, from the first day that you get inside our program, you'll instantly realize the difference between why our students are able to make $20,000, $50,000, almost $75,000, approaching $100,000 per month. That's why our students are able to do it more often than people who go and take Ty Lopez's program. Ultra. So that's actually a good question. I'm not gonna talk about that today, only because we're out of time now. We're already at an hour and 2 minutes, and I've got to get off, and that's kind of a long conversation. But if you show up next week, which I'm sure you will, you're usually on my live calls. If you show up next week, make sure to ask that then, and we can talk about that then. Ronnie, percent of tax is usually around 20 to 30%, depending on how much you're making. I got one of Ty's last year. Sheesh, let's just say that was an interesting choice. I wish I had seen yours before his. Jordan, Serial Entrepreneur Rocks, thank you very much. All right, guys, who wants to win the mentorship program? If you want to win the mentorship program, I need you to do two things. Number one, we need to get that thumbs up count, the like count, up to 25, which is at 23 currently. So hit that thumbs up button. Let's get it to 25. That only means 3 more, so 3 of you need to hit the thumbs up button. Next, I need you to write a comment in the chat box saying, yes, Jordan, I would love to win the mentorship program. Please, please give it to me, please. Write that in the comment or in the chat box, and we will do a question really quick. If you guys don't know how this works, I'm going to ask a question. The first person who responds to said question and gets it correct, we're going to give a program away to. So make sure you guys do your part in hitting the thumbs up button and leaving a comment saying you're ready, so that way we can ask the question. Can we do you on Facebook for me? What? Jay, I'm not sure what that meant, bro. Can we do you on Facebook for me? All right, so we got a bunch of people in there giving answers. We got a bunch of thumbs ups. All right, we're good. All right, so the question for everybody, and I don't, by the way, if you think you answered it first, it's not up to you to determine who answers it first. My stream on my computer is what comes in first. You guys are actually seeing a delay, and not everybody's answers come in on the delay at the right time. So don't argue with me if you think you won. I'm not going to give it to you, and if you argue with me, it's just going to make me angry anyways. So don't freaking argue with me. The person I give it away to is the person who won. I would never cheat you guys or lie to you guys. All right? All right, so we got everybody ready to go. So the question is, today we have talked about several things that are important to really being successful in the agency space, all right? We've talked about at least 4. I want you guys to name 2 of the things that we talked about that were main types of themes that you have to take care of if you want to have a successful agency. So 2 things that you heard tonight that were part of the theme of tonight because it became the theme that are important to starting an agency. I hate getting off of lives, guys, because, like...
Well, of course you didn't, but if you had, you'd know that Hoppers did.
Like, I've already got, like, 150 notifications. Oh, my God. Well, this will be fun to get off of and look at. Oh, we got answers coming in. All right, so Alex Bianchi, I'm going to go ahead and say that your answer is the answer that I'm going to accept. Not paying yourself too much and reinvesting in your business, right? That is those are 2 key components. You could have also said processes and education, commitment and training. Those are all great, acceptable answers. Yep. So, Alex Bianchi, I'm going to go ahead and say that you're the winner for tonight. But guys, don't worry if you didn't win. We will do another giveaway next week. Also, if you haven't seen any of our most recent YouTube video uploads, we're doing on a couple of them, like, let me go to my channel really quick. I'll show you guys which video. We're doing 5 giveaways for our mentorship program for every 100 comments this video gets. 5 giveaways for every 100 comments this video gets. So, let me pull this over here real quick. All right, you see this video right here? SMMA follow-up process, how to get clients. This is Zach. Zach is one of the students that's making over $50,000 per month with his agency. I had him come to my agency in Atlanta. He flew in with his business partner, Justin, and they talked about their follow-up process and what they've been able to do with their agency to get to $50,000 per month. So if you want to win, or you want another chance to win, an opportunity to win, go watch that video and then leave a comment. Basically just telling us what you learned. And that's it. Yep, Sawyer, you said you had the same same answer, but unfortunately it was a little bit after. Alex's was super fast, dude. It was like 2 seconds after I finished the question, he already had it in there. It's almost like he knew what I was going to say, which was really weird. But great job, Alex. Alex, all you need to do is this. That is my email right there. All you have to do is send us an email with your first and last name, as well as a picture of you. actually, you don't even have to do the picture. Just send us an email there, and we will make sure that you get access to our program. And if anybody ever tries to lie to me, trust me, we'll know. And I'll pretty much ban you from stuff, so don't ever lie to me and try to like cheat someone else out on getting the program, because that would just be bad for you. I wouldn't want to do anything mean to someone. I live in Atlanta and want to see what you guys do up close and ask questions. Massive action. We can do that. It's going to cost you some money. We don't do that stuff for free. Just because if it's going to take my time and my team's time and you want to actually sit in and observe, it's going to cost you some money, and it won't be cheap, I'll tell you that. But if you're willing to do it and you're willing to invest and get that type of experience, you can come by the office if you want. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here for now. I've been at the office for like 12 hours today, or I've been working for like 12 hours today. So I'm going to get out of here and go get some food and relax, get some R&R. But you guys all have a great rest of your week. I hope to see all of you here again next week when we go live again at 7:30 p.m. EST on Thursday. But I'm going to get out of here for now. Again, make sure to go right below this video. We have t-shirts for sale. We have the Done With You agency information in the description right below this video. Visit serialentrepreneur.academy to get access. Oh, I totally forgot. We're running a sale right now on the DMS 2.0. Do you want to get access to it for only $399 instead of $549? Yeah, y'all want it? You want access to the program for $399 instead of $549? If you do, that email that I left up there, info@serialentrepreneur.academy, if you want access to the program for only $399 because we're running a flash sale right now, if you want access to that program for only $399, make sure to shoot us an email at that address, and we'll get you the coupon code so you can get enrolled. We only have a certain amount left. I think there's only like 3 left, 4 left, something like that, at that price. So make sure that you send us an email super quickly, and we'll get the code over to you. But that's it, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys next week. But until then, guys, Serial Entrepreneur out.